Today, we're going to talk about money. And in particular, we're going to talk about whether or not money can actually buy happiness. Well, let me cut right to the chase. Yeah, it can. It truthfully can. A lot of people will say, hey, it doesn't make you happy. It doesn't mean anything. It can't really buy happiness. Yeah, it can buy happiness, but not in the way that you think. It doesn't make you happy by buying silly little things. And for the record, no matter how expensive the things are that you buy, you level up periodically. And so a pair of $2,000 sneakers just become sneakers. A $785 polo t shirt is just a shirt. And even though you know it's slightly more expensive, you just treat it like a shirt because you slowly adapt. It's not that you're not appreciative, you just it becomes normal to you. Like for instance, these. I got these yesterday. These are actually really cool. Um these are kind of like a soccer shoe in a way. I don't know what they are. I like the back of them. That's kind of sick. These are just shoes. I mean, it's nice. They can get you from A to B if you have to walk. They look very uncomfortable. I haven't tried them on yet. But money can buy happiness, guys. It can. And anyone that tells you it can't is fucking lying to you. So we'll just get that right out of the way. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean that money can give you options. Money gets you options, guys. You could tell people no. You can say that you're going to do something else, even when everyone else tells you not to. You could do it anyways. You could provide for your family. You can set them up with a fantastic life. You can bless others. You can give back. But none of you are going to do that. So, and to be honest with you, I probably don't do that as much as I should. Instead, we do the game of the Jones effect. We just want to keep up with the Joneses. And the reason why you'll never be happy if all you do is buy material things is because not only do you just become complacent, but other people around you, as you level your money game up, will also have nice things. So you won't appreciate them. You know that even a Hanes t shirt from Walmart is a big baller move in the middle of Africa. Like, that's cool. That's really cool. But here, it's just not shit. Like, here, this shirt is the shit until I get around billionaires, and then it's nothing. So you can't think like that because you're going to lose if you think like that. Because even if you get to where you need to go in order to reach that goal of yours, you're not going to be happy and you're going to be standing on a ledge, ready to close your eyes and take a leap of faith, if you know what I mean. So, money does buy happiness, but here's how you have to treat money as options. Money is options. That's all it is. It's not like I could drive a nice fancy car, I can live in a nice fancy house. You get used to that shit, guys. You get used to it. And everyone's felt this way, no matter what it is. The first time you get something nice, the very first day, you look at it and you're like, wow, this is amazing. Like when you get shoes and then you put them like on your countertop because they're so nice, they haven't touched the ground, although they're supposed to touch the ground. You're like, these shoes will never touch the earth whatsoever. I will keep them on the countertop to the day I die. These are the best shoes ever. And then a month later, they're kind of like on the floor somewhere. And then a year later, you're mowing with them and they don't hold that same sense of importance that they once had. That is why you can't just chase material objects. You can, however, make people happy, and money can make other people happy. If you earn your own money, which, unless you're a trust fund baby, you must, then you completely understand that you had to go through hell and high water in order to get every single penny. Some of you probably not, but I'm not talking to you guys. You guys don't need to hear this because you damn well know that money can buy you happiness. And if you don't, it's because you've never been poor. See, I grew up exceptionally, I hate to use the word poor because I wasn't poor. I didn't feel poor, but we weren't very well off financially. And so I know what it's like. So when I tell you that money does buy happiness, I don't want anyone in the comments to go, well, wouldn't you know, you privileged prick? Because that simply just isn't the case. It's just not the case. And I know that you guys don't want to hear that because that leads to a bigger question. That leads to the question of what am I doing that you are not doing? And you may not want to know the answer to that. You put that safety rail up on your own life to protect yourself. You shit on other people's goals and aspirations in order to protect yourself from failing. Just fail. Just fail. Do you want to know a secret? If you work for an hourly wage, you're going to die broke. How about that? How about them apples? You're going to die broke. Never work for an hourly wage. And trust me, I do it. I'm guilty of it too. I work currently somewhere that's abysmal. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke, but it pays for my insurance. And so, fair enough. I'll do it for now. But on the side, you have to create something that uses skill, influence, perspective, whatever it is. You have to build something that you can then ramp up and grow. And what do I mean by that? I mean that let's say that you are mowing lawns, right? Let's cut it all the way back to the good old high school days, middle school days of your entrepreneurship journey. So, mowing lawns, you can cut the time down on mowing lawns. You can hire new people, you can expand your business. The one thing you can't do is get more time. You can get more lawns and charge more money. You can't get more time. There are 24 hours in a day, and that is it. And hopefully, you want to sleep for at least 4 to 5 of those hours. So cut that out. There are 19 hours. What are you doing during those 19 hours? Never work for a wage. And guys, I really wouldn't work for a salary anyways because you're selling yourself out. And the majority of people do that. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing or a thing to look down upon. All I'm saying is that when you do that, you are practically selling yourself short. Someone is willing to pay you that amount for doing something for them, then imagine what you're worth to them. I think you should renegotiate every single transaction that you have currently taking place within your life. And you should really understand and not only just understand, but you should start reacting to the fact that you are making someone else's dreams come true. If you don't build something for yourself, you're making someone else's dreams come true. They're going to Turks and Caicos, they're going to Cabo, they're going to Spain, they're spending time with their family. Their family has a giant trampoline and a giant swimming pool in the back. They have the brand new car. They have the hot wife with the Hermes Birkin bag, not you. And they deserve it because they convinced you to be a slave. And we all are slaves sometimes. I'm not saying that, I mean, we have to. We have to be. Everyone's a slave to someone. That's like what my dad used to say. Everyone is somebody's bitch. I rarely had very many conversations with him growing up, but he basically said he said to me, he instilled it within my brain, everyone is somebody's bitch. And no matter what you love to do, the second you begin to monetize it, it will become a job and your passion will fade away. And those are very, very true statements. So, what can you do with money, guys? Like I said, it buys freedom, it buys happiness for others. Um, something that I really, really enjoyed doing was I bought my mom a purse, and we didn't grow up very uh privileged, if you will. A single mom. So I bought her a purse, and it wasn't the most expensive purse, but it was nice. And it was her favorite purse that she had always wanted, but she just couldn't do it. Couldn't afford it. It's too expensive. So she had a knockoff. And nothing against that. You know, you do what you can. She loved that thing, but I got her the real one. And then I also put a little surprise in it, like you could see right here.
Hi, I'm getting a got you got me a real one. You got me a real
Yeah, I got you one. Thank you.
one. Kai. Thank you, Kai.
Open it up. Check every pocket. Make sure you like it.
Damn.
You like it?
Real.
You like it?
I like the black on black too.
Well, open it up. Check the pockets.
Thanks.
Well, just make sure it's the one you like.
Does it come with this too?
Oh, I don't know. Does it? Yeah, I guess it does.
Oh my God.
I
I got
didn't.
a real one.
I didn't know.
Kai.
I didn't know it came with that.
Thank you so much. Love it.
You're missing something.
I like that color.
Check
too.
the pockets on the inside.
Kai, this is too much. Too much.
Check.
In here?
Check all the pockets.
This one even has pockets. My other one doesn't even have pockets. I can't believe you got me this.
Yeah, it's the real one. You got the real one. All right. Yep. Check all the zippers and everything. Make sure everything works good. Like on the inside, Mom.
Yeah.
Mom, there's another gift on the inside.
This.
No. Inside the purse, Mom. I didn't know it came with that though. That's really cool.
It's like a purse.
No, it's not wrapped or anything. It's just it's in the zipper. Mom, check your zipper of your purse. Like on the side.
Open that.
There's a zipper.
Open that.
Yeah.
Oh. What the fuck is this? Tyler. No.
Yep.
Tyler.
Yep.
Why?
I love you very much.
Why did you do that?
Because I love you. Yeah. That's why you do this. That means so much to me, guys. Just taking care of the people that you love and proving everyone wrong, too. That's why you should be doing this. You should have a chip on your shoulder each and every single day. You honestly should. And that right there, you hear that snoring? Of course, the second I say he doesn't do it, that's my French Bulldog Tesla. I also work very hard for him. I love my French Bulldog Tesla. He means everything to me. He's like a child. Whenever I meet someone and they ask if I have children, I say, yeah, I do have one. He's 3.5 years old and he's just slightly more furry than yours. And they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, French Bulldog. I'm a dog daddy. But yeah, getting back to what I was saying, that is exactly what money should be used for. It should be used for creating security. I don't have to take orders from anyone. No one. Now you should still do something. Like I have a job now that I'm not particularly interested in. You should do something because the people that do something whilst creating their own thing, funny enough, will work 10 times harder because they know how bad it sucks to be doing something that they don't enjoy and they're underpaid for. So I would say that you do something. And that applies in many different factions throughout life. For instance, if you want to get something done quickly, hire a very busy man and he will make sure that it gets done quickly, effortlessly, and effectively. Similarly, do you know that people that work 60 hours a week volunteer more? And this is actually, this can be backed by evidence. They volunteer more than people that are unemployed, that have way more time. It's because there are two classes of people in life. There are go-getters and there are people that are, let's say, dreamers or don't do shit. You have to do something. When I created this YouTube channel, I tell people all the time, I make YouTube videos. They're like, is that you? Yeah, that's me. I know I'm not quite as big yet, but you will see me in the future. Right now, I have 10 subscribers, maybe 9. And I'm not going to lie, one of them is definitely me on a different account. But I think by the end of this YouTube video, I will have 30 subscribers. So make sure that you subscribe. But we're not done yet here. That's just a side note. What amount of money would make you happy? We've already talked about it buying happiness. And guys, I showed it does buy you happiness. And it's not that people don't believe that. They just don't want to feel like a fool because they don't want to admit that something will benefit them and yet they don't know how to get there or they aren't willing to work hard enough. And For the majority of people, 99.99%, it's the very first of the two answers. They don't know how to get there. And then we'll see if they're lazy or not. But if you had a guaranteed roadmap, would you take it? You know exactly how to become a doctor. I studied to become a doctor. You know exactly how to become a doctor. You have to do this, that. Then you're there. But people don't do it because they want things quick and they want things easy. They don't want to put the effort in. And they don't see delayed gratification in the way that successful people see it. They just simply don't. So what amount of money would make you happy? Well, guys, that Harvard study that said it was $75,000 a year is bullshit. Bullshit. 75 grand doesn't buy you the same amount that it used to. It's been a very long time since they have made that study. Trust me, 75 G's is nothing. Nothing. So what amount of money should you aim for before it starts becoming relative and arbitrary? That depends on your lifestyle, guys. But I would say that science has found it on average to be somewhere around 150 to 175,000. And you might be thinking to yourself, damn, that's crazy money. That's crazy. What I could do with that? Yeah, guys, I'm not saying it's something that's definitely not impossible, but most people aren't going to do that. No, it's not 5 million, 10 million. In fact, anything past 400K is useless. Useless. It doesn't increase your life's happiness one iota. And yet people do it because they're savages. Some people are savages. We created this game of Monopoly. Let's not be upset at people that decide to dedicate their entire life to the game and play it more strategically than yourself, with maybe a little bit of luck. But you know what? More and more luck comes to the person that works harder and harder. The harder you work, the more luck you get. Do you think that I'm lucky because I created a YouTube channel? No, bitch. I bought a camera. I bought a podcast setup, a vlog setup, and I am talking into a camera every single day. That's not luck. Now, if I get found and I blow up, which I will eventually, then is that luck? I don't know. By that point in time, I'll probably have 1,000 videos out. So it's not really luck. I mean, maybe. I wouldn't consider it to be luck. I would consider it to be persistence. And that is the key to life, guys. Persistence. You have to find something you enjoy. Do something you enjoy on the side, motherfuckers. Do it on the side. Yeah, you have bills to pay. So the fuck what? Everyone has bills to pay. Sacrifice things within your life. Stop getting the Starbucks. Stop getting new sneakers. Stop going on expensive dates. Stop buying expensive food. Cook at your house, and cook not for mouth pleasure, but you eat simply for caloric intake, and do that for 5 years. Then you will have a little nest of savings built up. And from there, with the more money you have, the more money will come to you. It's the Peter Principle. For those that have everything, more is granted. And for those that have nothing, nothing is coming their way. I don't know. I'm not a biblical scholar. I don't know the Peter Principle down to a T from the Bible. But that is basically the gist. Those that already have will have more, and those that have not will get nothing. They have nothing, and that's the way it works. Look at compound interest, guys. Compound interest in the stock market, in the S&P 500. If you have a lot of money, it gets to a certain point where you could just live off the interest. If you make an absurd amount of money, like 400 or 500 million, you can get 200K a year granted to you simply from the returns on that investment within the stock market, to where you don't have to do jack shit. Your life is set. Now, actually, I think it's a lot more. I think at 45 million is when you get that, because it compounds over time. Let me know in the comments whether or not that's correct or not. I forget. I get the math mixed up. I'm not a mathematician, guys. If you're looking for that, you're looking in the wrong place, buddy. But what I do know is I've been on both sides of the train tracks, right? I'm on this side now, and I used to be on that side. I compare myself to Eminem from 8 Mile. These boots are growing roots, and it's a terrible feeling. You don't want to feel that way. You should be passionate about something, and you should get money from that, and whatever comes from it is whatever comes from it. Because growing up, I didn't necessarily know that I was poor. I never felt like I was poor because the people around me were struggling just like we were. And so I was a lot happier. You know, I spoke to someone the other day at my job, and I'm going to butcher this fucking story, but he's from Africa initially. And I asked him, I said, what's the difference between being in that culture and being in this one? And I think it comes down to happiness. It comes down to happiness and appreciation for the things you have and the family around you and the community and the culture. In America, they try to strip you of every essence of what it is to be a human being and replace it with diamonds and rubies and shiny things. And that is like attempting to scratch an itch that will never feel as if it has ever been relieved. You'll just be doing it forever and forever and forever and ever. It will never go away. And that's the sad truth of things. It will never go away. You just have to be happy in life. And I don't know what happiness is because it's not something that you either, it's on a spectrum, right? Much like probably myself. On a spectrum. Just kidding. It's a bad joke. It's on a spectrum. Meaning that there are days where you're happy and days where you're sad, but it's all about perspective. And so treat every single day like it's your last and enjoy your day. Do something that you're passionate about, but most importantly, work hard. You know the fulfillment you get from working hard and doing something? Like when you, as a man especially, when you get home from a long, hard day's work and you know that you've done more than your competitors, that makes you rest your head on that pillow so much easier. So much easier. But yeah, guys, that 75,000 thing is bullshit, but it's arbitrary. There is no magic number. The number is whatever you say it should be. And it's different for each individual person. And I would think to yourself and take a long, hard look in the mirror, and ask yourself, what do I need to sustain my lifestyle? What do I need? Usually it's about 4x from whatever that is. Whatever you spend per month, it's about 4 times that, and you're set. If you could make that based on doing something that you love, I would take all this shit away. I would take it all away. All these material things I would take away just for the opportunity to have an audience on YouTube. I feel like that would be an amazing, amazing opportunity because then I feel like I could be not only just giving my perspective, but hearing one in return. And I would love that. It's like some people don't care about their fans. Are you out of your mind? Those are human beings, you fucking moron. They're human beings. Like, if you're watching this video right now, thank you. That's an actual person watching this. It's not, we like to get caught up in numbers, and numbers are like, they're just little weird things that you can't necessarily put your head around. You can't wrap your mind around a number. When you get 4 million views on a YouTube video, it's really hard to comprehend that. You could be like, wow, well, there's this many people in my hometown, so that's a lot of people. And guys, that's incredible. Even getting 5 views is incredible. You got 5 people to take time out of their day to watch you. And so I would just be grateful. That comes back to just being grateful. Just be grateful for the things you have. I know that sounds so fucking cliche, but things like this won't make you happy. It just won't. I did get something else though. I did get something kind of cool. This is a wallet, magnet wallet. It goes on the back of your phone, has a magnet on it. That's kind of cool. I needed that. I needed that really bad. Put that over there. I'm always afraid to put magnets next to technology because when I grew up back in the day, you couldn't put a magnet next to a television or it would turn it weird colors. So even though I don't think that's the case now, since that apparently goes on the back of your cell phone, I still am weird with magnets. Have any of you guys experienced that? Remember, all of you guys are so fucking young. You used to not be able to stick a magnet near a television. It would ruin it. It would forever destroy the color where you stuck the magnet. Anyways, that was a tangent. That was a weird thing. But to end, guys, I'll just tell you this. Money does buy happiness, guys. It does. To be honest with you, it does. And people don't want you to know that because they want you to remain a slave. If I owned a corporation and I was balling out of control, And the people looked up to me and then had the nerve to ask me if money bought happiness. I would tell them no, because I want them to think that I am just as miserable as they are. I have more responsibility, but I want them to think that I am just as miserable as they are. Do you know why? Because if they honestly knew how amazing you felt, they would quit working for you immediately and go do something of their own fruition for themselves. And so it's all a giant lie. And people also say, no, money can't buy happiness. They say it because they know that the majority of people won't be able to obtain it anyways. And so what's the point in giving someone an unrealistic goal or dream? I remember going to the mall as a kid. Funny enough, I loved Annie Ann's pretzels, and there was a guy there, very nice guy, but he was slow. He was borderline retarded, basically. I don't know if that's the politically correct way of saying it, but he was very slow. Very nice guy. And he would always say, he wanted to buy a T-Rex. It's that three-wheeled motorcycle thing. They're not very expensive, but he wanted to buy that so bad. And he would say it every time we went to the mall to get an Annie Ann's pretzel, which was quite a lot. Me and my aunt would go get pretzels when I was a child. And I saw him up until like 3 or 4 years ago, and now I'm 30, and he was still there. And, he was a pretty simple guy, so maybe this wasn't the best analogy, but he'd given up, He never talked about that T-Rex motorcycle, three-wheeled motorcycle anymore. I would have loved to have bought him that. I don't even know if this motherfucker had a license, if I'm being dead honest with you, but I would have loved to have bought him that. Think about the look on his face. But where I was getting at is that guy had dreams, and he just wasted away his life making pretzels. Delicious pretzels, although they have changed up their ingredients as of recent, and they're stingy as fuck with the cheese. If I spend $7 on a pretzel, give me cheese. It comes along with it. You don't charge me at McDonald's if I want ketchup on a hamburger. It's an essential necessity. And when you're eating pretzels, you get a pretzel with cheese. Period. Don't charge me for it, you fucking bastards. But yeah, that guy wasted his life. He wasted it, and it's sad. Don't be like that guy. Go out and do something. Do something. Like Shia LaBeouf. Do it. Just do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams. You just have to do it. That's what you have to do. Get out there and do it. If you really want to know what it's like to have money, then figure it the fuck out and get it done. Thank you guys very much. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for listening to my rant, and I will see you dirty, filthy animals tomorrow. Ta-ta for now.